it's very sort of gay in the old sense of the word.
Yeah.
You know, she's very lively, a very fun person, very lively woman. I remember her long red hair. I remember her being sort of very good looking, as I say. Full of life, yeah.
Julia encouraged John in whatever he wanted to do, but most of all, it was Julia's knowledge of popular American music that turned on John and his pals. Leela Harvey recalls John's first major musical influence.
She played the banjo. Of course, he got his ear from Judy. If she was going out, she would get her banjo and she would sing things. Like she sang like, what's the Vera Lynn voice.
In early 1956, John and his friends Eric Griffiths, Len Gary, Colin Hanton, Pete Shotton, and Rod Murray got together and formed a skiffle group they called the Quarry Men. Named in honor of Quarry Bank Grammar School, the group played its first gig at the annual Empire Day celebrations on Rosebery Street. Meanwhile, having long since swapped the old trumpet his dad had given him for a guitar, Paul McCartney was making progress. Always the perfectionist, he practiced everywhere, in the lavatory, in the bathtub, on the bus, or even at school. Ivan Vaughan, an old schoolmate of John's, had recently met and befriended Paul McCartney. On June 15, 1956, the two boys went together to see the Quarrymen perform at an outdoor party at the Woolton Parish Church. For the first time anywhere, Paul McCartney recounts his initial meeting with John.
First time I met John was at Woolton Village Fete, and I'd been invited there by Ivan, who was our mutual mate.
Ivan Vaughan.
Ivan Vaughan, yeah. He's born on exactly the same day as me, Ivy. 18th of June 1942, so we've always had a lot in common as well as that. I mean, besides that as well.
So you were Ivan's friend before John was?
So, no.
Or you were mutual
Ivan,
without knowing each other?
John lived in Mendips, Ivan lived behind Mendips, the sort of Gardner Way or somewhere. So they were mates from where they lived. Ivan was my mate from school, and he said, do you want to come to the Woolton Village Fete? You know, a couple of the lads are going to be there and stuff, and I'll take you. So I was, I think, about younger than 16, I think, because I think John was about 16. I think I was maybe at 14 and a half, 15.
Well, I know we all went up to that fete. Nanny came over with Michael, Harry, me, Jackie, John, my mother. We all went to see John playing.
That's right, he was playing on the...
So what year was that then?
Good question.
Paul was impressed with what he heard and remembers John singing the Dell Vikings' Come Go With Me.
Yeah, so I'd been invited there by Ivan, and he took us along, and I remember sort of coming into the village fete like you do, you sort of enter the field, it's all on, you know, it's all side shows.
Scouts and cubs and everything
There's
everywhere.
cubs and side shows and music, you know, from these little tannoy system. And it was John and the band, and they had, what was it? It was John, Len Gary, Pete Shotton, Colin Hanton on drums, Griff on guitar, and maybe Nige Wally, who was like officially manager, but he managed to get up on the stage. Okay. Anyway, but he was a good lad.
Away.
So I remember I was amazed. I mean, I saw the band and I thought, oh, great, well, I'll listen to the band because I was into the music and that. And Ivan said, you know, I know a couple of the lads in the band here. These are my mates.
Had you not gone along to sing yourself?
No. I'd just come as a guest in the fete with Ivan. We were in the audience watching. I remember John singing his own words of a song called Come and Go With Me, because we'd heard it on the radio. He'd heard it on the radio. I say I had two in my house, but I didn't know he knew it yet. And it was a lovely song by the Dell Vikings called Come and Go With Me. And he didn't know the verses, but he knew the come, 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 go with me, you know, little darling, come go with me. But
so
then
you supplied the words.
So he did, he did his own little words, which were good. They were like from blues things. Down to the penitentiary, all this stuff, you know, like bluesy. Come on, go with me, which weren't on the real record. And I remember at the time he was playing banjo chords on his guitar, because as fellas look at other fellas' fingers and can say, what's he playing there?
Well, of course, our mother had taught him to play the banjo. That's
what it was.
Yeah.
I thought John was good.
Yeah.
He was really the only outstanding member. All the rest slipped away. You know, the drummer was pretty good, actually, for what we knew. Then Cole Hanton was good. And he had some... See, this is one of the reasons I know they liked Cole, was I think he had the record Searching.
Oh, yeah.
And that was big currency, you see. And then afterwards, after they'd finished playing, Ive took us up to the church hall, just behind the church.